Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community, from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with
Lawin Media Network.
The following program is produced by Lawin Media Network. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Lawin Media Network, its affiliates, sponsors, or partners. The content provided in this program is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Lawin Media Network does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of the information. All intellectual property rights related to this program, including but not limited to copyrights, trademarks, and other proprietary rights, are the property of Lawin Media Network or their respective owners. Unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or use of any content from this program is prohibited.
Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, yes.
Finally, we're here. Huh?
Yes. Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to our fourth episode of Be Bold.
Why not?
This is MJ.
And this is Atala. And we are so excited to have you here once again in our fourth episode. And,
Yes.
We first of all wanted to just apologize because, with this technology in these days, sometimes you have some delays, and this is exactly what happened to us today.
Yes,
But
technical difficulties, but we are excited to be here. And of course, you're watching us live on YouTube and Facebook.
and also stream.lawin.live.
That is correct. And if you miss our live show, you can listen to our podcasts. And we have a lot of them. One is Apple Podcast. We have Google Podcast, Amazon Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Deezer, and Player FM. And there's more.
That's not only it. We have also Pandora, we have Good Pods, we have Podcast Index as teacher. You can also find us in Podcast Addict and Podcast Cast.
Yes. And as you can see, Atala and I are actually accessing our live streaming from different locations. We're not together tonight. And Atala is just having a blast there in Dallas, Texas. How are you, Atala? How's your day?
I'm doing great. I had the opportunity to have a beautiful weekend. I had a nice event. I came to do a talk on Saturday and also spend time with my sister, which is always beautiful too. So has been really a blessing. What about you, MJ? How is your weekend so far?
Well, it's busy, but it's fun because my brother and his family just came over. We have a nephew that's a seaman, and he is in the Houston port right now. So we went to visit him. He's traveling all over the world too as a seaman, and we haven't seen him in quite a while. I think the last time I saw my nephew was like 2014. So it's been about 9 years. So I'm just so glad. Yes, I'm just so glad that we got to see him. And of course, I got to spend a day or two with my brother and his family, my beautiful nieces. So we just had a blast. And of course, we want to greet everyone. Happy Labor Day.
That's exciting, just having a other day to relax, to enjoy family, friends. It's always necessary, Sometimes we have to pause in life to enjoy those moments and make them really, really valuable.
Oh, yes, because I've been looking forward to this, a 3-day weekend. We don't get that many in a year. So I was so excited. And I definitely had a blast. And I know I was looking forward to our show too. Of course, we want to encourage again our viewers, please participate. We've been having this game and we had winners in our first no in our second show, when we had two winners that we already had sent their surprise gifts. So for all of you who are watching right now, make sure you tune in until the end of the show, because we're going to have questions from each of us. Atala will have a question about, something in her life. It's going to be talked about in the show. And if you, the first person, or if you know the answer and you are the first one to give the correct one, then you will receive a prize. We will announce the winners, by the way, during our
And
next
also,
show.
we invite you to
Mhm.
just participate. If you have any comments and ideas, any
Mhm.
suggestions, just feel free to share with us. We're here to
Yes.
help you. We're here to just kind of interact with one another and to, at the same time, grow. Because this is all about you. It's not all about us.
Yes, we're doing this for you because we want to encourage you, we want to guide you, and we want to share our experiences and our stories, which we hope will make an impact in your life. And today, as a Labor Day, we are in a perfect, like, we have the perfect topic for all of you. Right, Atala?
Of
What's our
course,
topic for tonight?
well, actually, it's challenges in careers. How many times you are wanted to change career, or maybe start a new business, or maybe just, you don't feel like satisfied anymore. And you have this kind of dream career that you always dreamed when you were a child. And suddenly, out of the blue, you are really on the right path. So we're going to be talking about this
Yes.
exciting topic today.
Yes.
And I don't
Yeah.
know you, what about you, MJ, but I think
Yeah.
changing careers is a challenge for sure,
Yeah.
but
Or
also
it can
sometimes
be.
it's necessary. We need to change. We need to always allow ourselves to continue growing and exploring.
Yeah,
I
and
think.
of course, we first off though, because our topic is like finding the right career. So that's our topic for tonight. So how do we know when we are actually picking or choosing the right course or the right degree for the career that we want? So Atala, when you were growing up, what did you really want to be? Isn't it we ask, I mean, we have this question a lot while we are growing up, like when we go to school. So what do you want to become when you grow up? Like that's a very
I'm gonna
common
be honest with
question.
you. It was a
Yeah.
combination of things. I always see
Mhm.
myself in front of public. Like communications. Also, always I was like a businesswoman. I see myself
Mhm.
always like interacting with people, selling stuff. But it was because I like the human connection. So I find
Mhm.
out like you can do always both things. Selling, but selling, but at the same time, it's more about connecting. So to me, communication, that was my first major, but led to
Mhm.
me to different road. So guess what? I ended and studied hotel and restaurant administration, which I love it. It's hospitality, connection with people,
Mhm.
traveling, languages. But I think that was a preparation for me to actually add more value to what I'm doing now. So
Mhm.
that's a little bit part of my career. And I have so many other things I have done. But let me ask you something. What was for you your dream career when you were a child?
Well, I think we're kind of the same. I mean, it's kind of related to what you always wanted, because I think I've already shared in the previous episodes what I really wanted to become growing up. uh, I always wanted to be in public speaking, like a speaker and a broadcaster, and everybody thought that I actually would become a broadcaster because that's what I was. I mean, I was always doing. Like ever since I started school, I've always been in speaking engagements, like doing oratorical competitions until I graduated from college, even though I ended up taking a different career, but I was still speaking in public. So I think that was my dream career, is to become a public speaker and, of course, a motivational speaker, a broadcaster. I just love speaking to people because I love looking people in the eye when I'm talking. And that's just me. Because you know how they say when you speak, you have to speak from the heart. And when you speak and you speak from the heart, you look at everybody's like you have to look them straight into their eyes so they can feel what you're talking about, that you can immerse them in the experience that you want to share. And that's how I always wanted to be. Like, I want to make an impact by speaking. So that's why that's
It's
how we met.
interesting. It's interesting what you just mentioned, because actually this past weekend it was beautiful to just listen to several stories. We were in the stage and I was just sharing about my methodology, but I was so excited to know that we all have beautiful stories, and there is so much wisdom in each one of them, so much growth, knowledge, and beauty, especially beauty. So to me, it was really fascinating. And I say, now here I am, after so many years, love has allowed me to really be in that position where I can share my story, but actually connect with that desire of being in communications, speaking, engaging with people. So I think we all have that kind of inner desire, right? And sometimes we can lose track, but life will put us back on the same, in the same journey where you needed to be, not just before and the right time. I don't know if I was clear or no, but I'm sure that for you now that you are in this, journey where you are also a public speaker, right? You have a lot of talent, natural talent, which is important to consider as well. It's just like now it's like opportunities are coming because I think it's the right time to. And you have to be able to grasp them, to appreciate those moments, and to go forward to what you really desire.
Yes, yes. And of course, as we grow up, we may end up into different careers. Like for me, I am a nurse by profession. But if you have that passion, I mean, never ever give up. Always follow your dream, because even though you end up to be in a different career, you still are living your passion, and that's what it is all about. Go after your dreams, because that's how also you're gonna know what you really want to become. In my situation, it may have been different because I had to give up my dream just to be able to help my family be becoming a nurse, but it doesn't mean that I gave up on it. I always had that desire in me, and then God knew that that's what I always wanted. So whatever God has started in you, He'll be very faithful to complete it. And now He's pouring in all the opportunities. But going back to, of course, we are here to guide you in your determining your career, right? The path for you. And I know colleges or high schools in here in the United States, they actually have the programs where they direct you to the, to the right path, where they see what your strengths are, because they have like STEM programs, they have programs for arts, for the arts. So you're actually guided while you are still in high school, because that's when you're going to decide what course you're going to take on, and then that's how you're going to start building your career, is when you actually are in high school. So the best thing about the program is, yeah, it gives you all the different tracks, so you know what you want and you know what you're going to end up with. And just like my daughter, they have different paths, like there's math or science, and then there's arts. So you are guided all throughout by the school system or the education system. At the same time, of course, it's always going to be you who's going to determine, or who's going to know what you really want in life. And as long
I
as
think
you're following
that's
it, yeah.
important too. Yes, I think that's important to actually get to know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you start getting to know yourself, you're going to see, I like singing, I like dancing, I like painting, I like communications, I like to engage with people, I like to, it's more about get to know your skills, your knowledge, what it comes easier for you, what comes natural, because that's very important. That's going to give you a direction in your life. Sometimes many people also start studying any kind of career just because they have the pressure from parents. I believe that you have to listen to yourself. You have to be very bold to speak to them, because it is important. If you love arts and then they are asking you to go in medical school, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a frustration. It's not going to be something that you're going to enjoy. So you have to be very, very bold to speak out, to really kind of have I always say, go and get a coffee with yourself, that way you can start really knowing what are my skills, what are my, I mean, what do I love to do, what comes
Mhm.
natural. Don't you
Yes.
think that's
Oh
important?
yes, yes, absolutely. That's very important because whatever is it is that you pick or you choose to do in your career, as long as you love what you're doing, it won't feel like a job. It's like you hit a fortune because you're doing what you love, and that's what really important. But before we get into that again, I think we have to go on a break, on a short break. So again, please, if you have any questions or if you have any shout outs, feel free to put it in the comment and we will do our best to answer them. So let's go for a short break.
We will sure. We will come back right away.
Okay, we're back.
That's right. And you know what? It's always nice to talk about these topics because I
Mhm.
think life is about changes. You know, sometimes life comes in different ways, and we should be prepared and ready for the next step in our lives.
Mhm.
And you know, for me, it's just like I was in a hospital environment, and I love it. You know, and I used to organize even tours for international students at the university. So I did many things. Then guess what? Life put me in a journey and as a clinical monitor. Don't even ask me how, you know, but I did it too. And a lot of people doesn't know that. I was working with antivenoms and Leslie Boyer, a very top, scientist, and it's just like you never know what's going to be the next journey. But when you start saying yes to those opportunities, everything is an experience, and everything is going to serve you for what you are going to be doing in the future. And to me, it has been fascinating, you know, sometimes like a lot of different phases. But every stage in my life has allowed me to grow, to learn more about myself, and to get connected with people from different areas, which I really think is fascinating. So I don't know you, MJ, but I know that maybe something similar happened to you, you know. How long had you been working as a nurse here in Houston?
Well, I've been a nurse. If I graduated 1993, so that's like about, I can't even do my math. 20, like 30 years, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I've been a nurse for 30 years. And as I said, nursing was not my first choice or my first passion, but I have come to love nursing because it's different. There's different type of fulfillment. It's very rewarding being a nurse because taking care of the sick is not easy. As they say, nursing is not actually like a job. It's more of a calling.
It's
It's more of a
true.
calling because you take care of people who are sick who are not even related to you. Though now nursing has lost that touch of compassion for some people because it's a very stable job that people would always need nurses. Sometimes people work for the money. It's not anymore because they love what they're doing. But to me it's different because I can really connect to my patients. I mean, ever since I became a nurse, even when I was new as a nurse in the Philippines, I mean, I had patients that were like, "Oh my God, here's my smiling nurse. He's my favorite nurse." It's not. I'm not bragging about it, but it's just different when you take care of sick people and they appreciate what you do. And they can feel when you actually care about them. And especially now, I deal with patients that are very, I mean, it's a very hard patient population because they are always, I mean, they are like, they are suffering, and not too many people really understand what they're, where they're coming from.
I think that
So
you mentioned
yeah.
something important, and I
Mhm.
totally agree with you. I think when, I mean, we are in the medical field, we must
Mhm.
have that compassion, that empathy,
Mhm.
that kindness, that love for people, because
Mhm.
there's no, I mean, there is no way that you can connect at a human level and not express these kind of values.
Mhm.
People are very vulnerable. People need
Mhm.
that kind of understanding, that kind of be heard, I mean, be
Mhm.
loved as well. And I think that when you are in that field, you develop certain characteristics, in where you
Mhm.
can take it anywhere, anywhere, because that's what human beings need. We need connection, true connection. And I
Yes,
do admire, nursing, I think is not for everyone. You have to have the
it's
heart.
not.
You
Mhm.
have to have the heart to be able to
Yes.
serve and to care with authenticity and with
Mhm.
love.
Oh, yes, yes, absolutely. And again, going back to finding the right career, it's like, I think if you listen to really what you want in life, then God will direct you to your purpose. Your career is your purpose. We all have a purpose in life. So, wherever God has put you, if you give out your best self and you put your best foot forward in that career that you pick, then you'll find joy. You'll find fulfillment. You'll be happy regardless. Wherever you go, there's joy in what you're doing because you know that that is your purpose in life. So our career, whatever we end up doing, it's tied up to our purpose in this world. So do the best that you can. That's why it's important that you have to listen. You have to listen to yourself. What do you really want? It's hard sometimes because of, as you have mentioned earlier, Atala, sometimes our parents like try to influence what we end up being. Like, I mean, I'm not kidding. In the beginning, I tried to do that with one of my kids. Like, you know how I'm a nurse, and everybody, most Filipinos are nurses, and most Filipino kids are nurses too. So because we want our kids to have a stable job, it's like, we're like, why don't you try nursing? But then my son tried it, but unfortunately it's not his calling. It's not what he wants to do. So we shouldn't be doing that as parents. We should give the choice to our kids. We should give them the freedom to actually do what they want, because at the end of the day, it's them, it's their life, and it's their
And
purpose that they're trying
yes,
to live. Yeah.
and also something important, not only, I mean, to our, I mean, teenagers or, young adults, but just I have listened a lot of people that they are like 40s, 45, 50s. They want to change careers,
Mhm.
and it's perfectly fine. But guess
Mhm.
what? Sometimes we have done certain kind of job for 15, 20 years. Our mindset is just already, used to do certain things, certain behaviors. So sometimes it's very, challenging not to change careers, to change the mindset,
Uh-huh.
because it's going to be different approach. I mean, you have to stretch yourself, you have to go forward, whatever is your vision, what do you really want? That happened also to me. I've been doing a lot of coaching, speaking, training, and to me, that's my purpose. But I'm adding everything that life has placed in me, and now I'm able to really reach out to other people. I mean, connect at a very deep level, and do something that I love to do, which is helping people to transform their fears, the lack of confidence, their pain into peace, confidence, and growth. And I truly believe that.
Yes.
But
Uh-huh.
you have to go through that journey, connecting with yourself, with your skills, with your talents, with your knowledge, with your purpose. And your purpose will lead you and will open doors for you.
That's right. That is, I mean, you said it perfectly. That's why it's always important to just follow your dream, because yeah, you're right, people change careers even in the middle of their lives, and that is perfectly fine. Because as you said, we may have been used to doing the same thing, and then time will come in our life, like there's still something that you want to do, right? And then we just have to be bold to take that leap of faith. Because when we find our comfort zone, that, oh yeah, for example, my career as a nurse, I'm comfortable doing it because I've been doing it for like almost 30 years. I've been a nurse for 30 years. I've been in the US for 20 years. So I'm very comfortable doing this type of job. So sometimes, though, we feel like we can venture out into something else. It doesn't mean that we go out completely of being a nurse, because like for in the career of nursing, you can be a nurse in the bedside, you can be a research nurse, you can be a school nurse, you can be in different types of settings as a nurse, but you can also be an entrepreneur nurse.
That's
So,
right.
yeah, and
Yes.
don't be afraid to take that leap of faith. Like, for example, me, if I didn't go back to school like 11, 12 years ago, if I didn't take the courage to further my education and take up masters in nursing and go into nurse practitioner, I would still be a nurse in the bedside, which there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes there are bigger things that you can do in your
And
career. You can
you mentioned
expand.
something
Yeah, you can.
important.
Mm-hmm,
So important. Continue learning, continue
mm-hmm,
growing, taking courses, because at the end of the day, personal growth is necessary, no matter what you're doing in life. You want to open a business, if you grow as a person, it's going to
mm-hmm.
be easy for you to understand also your clients' needs, for example. I mean, so to me, it's like I started in hotel and restaurant management. I did clinical monitoring. I mean, I came back to the United States. I started also. I taught for 4 years high school students, which it was fascinating to me. Life put me also in medical field for 15 years, but during that process, I also decided to start jumping into coaching, certifications, life, wellness, leadership, mindset. So you have to continue studying, learning, evolving to really to give yourself the best to you, but of course, to be prepared to give yourself and the best of you to others.
Yes,
That's
and
what
in yeah, in relation to that, we have Atala's question. What is Atala's first career? That's one question. I repeat, what is Atala's first career? Yeah. And then,
I gonna know. Just,
yeah, well, if they
uh,
were listening, they would know the answer, right? And then going back to what you were saying, that's I remember, how we learned about the 15 invaluable laws of growth by John Maxwell, and one of which is the law of rubber band. How you stretch. You can that's why the rubber band is like stretchable, right? And we can do that too in our career. You have a lot of potential. I mean, you have to maximize that potential. You don't just stay in one box and just be confined in that box. No, you can break the box and get out of your comfort zone. Stretch it out, because there's so much opportunities out there. That's just what it is. If you have a dream, and you know that there's a lot of possibilities in this world, there's not just one way. There's so many ways to fulfill your dreams. There's so many ways to be that you can become and impact other people. It's not just in your job, but in other ways. That's like what Atala and I had been saying. We can make an impact in other people's lives, not just helping them find their career or helping them financially or something, but just sharing our stories can make an impact in other people's lives. So, what about my question, Atala? Do you?
well, I just wanted to remind all the listeners to just to remember what is MJ dream career. What was
Okay.
your dream career when she was a child?
Yes, yes. If you were listening or if you were watching, you would definitely know the answer. I think I kind of repeated that few times. But again, we would like to encourage our viewers, please give any comments. If you have any questions, just put them in the comment. We'll do our best to answer them. So we can I think we're gonna go on another break, Atala, before
Yes,
we
because
come
time
back.
just flies, and we will try
Yes,
that.
I know, right? So let's go on a short break and we'll see you all in a bit.
An intentional showcase. It's not just like another art thing. I love the actual intention behind it and how it has evolved every year. I also felt like I was like, these are my people, and I got to meet so many people, and as well as discovering new artists to connect with. I also think that it's important to be plugged into community as well. So I don't know. It's like you get to engage in the art, you get to contribute to the art, and it's just this kind of energy that keeps mirroring back and forth into this like creative haven of like, and you feel like less overwhelmed, like you're not alone in whatever you're creating, because creating can be a very solitary process. So I mean, if there's any other good reason to celebrate, it's that we are here and we are rising. So I think I'm really excited about this one.
Hi.
Ah, that's good. Yeah, I love that. It's coming up. Lumika, it's like, yeah, we'll be Mara actually is gonna be part of that. She'll be an entertainer just for that show. But yeah, for everyone out there who love the arts, come on, join Lumika September 23rd from 3 to 10 p.m. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna have the best artists all over Houston showcasing their pieces of arts. And actually I have a friend's daughter who's going to be participating. But yes, going back to career again, I think the best the
No, no,
yes.
no. Go ahead, please, because I wanted to share something after you finish.
Okay. Yeah, again, the best way I think in finding the right career for us is first we have to learn our skills. We have to know ourselves, right? And then of course we have to follow our hearts, right? What your passion and all that. And we also have to consider what's the trend. That's also important because finding a career is, of course, you want to have a career that will support you, that will support your future family. So you have to look at the trend, you have to look at your skills, you have to listen to your heart and follow your dream or follow your passion. As long as you're considering all this, then you will find the right career for you. But it doesn't also mean that it ends there. All throughout your life you might have a change of heart and you might develop some interest in other things. So that is perfectly fine either. You just have to take that boldness and that leap of faith to change career in the middle of your life. And that's possible, right? Right,
Yes,
Atala?
I think I will add also to really you heard about think big. Sometimes we limitate ourselves very easily. We don't really value our talents, our gifts, our knowledge, our experiences, our wisdom, and we should also sometimes write it down. What are my skills, as you just mentioned? Comes so easily for me? What I really enjoy doing? What I'm really good about is, maybe you are very good in communication, connecting with people, or creative, or in sales, whatever it is, write it down because that's going to give you a guide as well. But also try to always be persistent,
Mhm.
and also develop your vision. Your vision has power, and you must really, really connect with those emotions. You have to be patient as well, especially when you're in transition. Maybe you are in a job and maybe you are transitioning to your own business. Don't give up. Sometimes your inner dialogue will tell you to stop, right? Because you don't see nothing, like something is happening. But in reality, it's a journey. Enjoy the journey. Be
Mhm.
bold. Believe in yourself. Believe that God has a purpose in your life and that He's placing actually the right people.
Mhm.
When you come from that belief system, you start really moving forward. It's like a career. You keep going, keep going. And when you less expect it, you're going to start seeing a lot of synchronicities.
Yes, and we actually have a question from the audience or from our viewers. It says there, what is the best advice you can give to seniors who are still looking what course they will take in college? What do you think, Atala?
Well, I think that's a very good question. I think that they need to go back and just really see, like, what do I like to do? Do I like maths? Do I like maybe, communications? Do I like maybe science? Based on what they really like and enjoy, go ahead and start matching the class. You
That's
know,
right. Yeah. Yeah. They have to know, yeah, know your strength. Know your strength. And also, what kids now are doing, they take like general courses. 'Cause in the beginning of the college year, or like the first or second up to second year of college, you take general courses, right? And then on you can figure out what you really want to specialize into, or what
yes.
course you're actually going to get. So it doesn't mean that when you don't know what you want to do yet while you're in senior high school, don't lose hope. I mean, you're going to learn it. You're going to know it by the time you get to college. I Because there are people out there that are late bloomers. Do you believe in that? Like there are some that are late bloomers. They don't know what they want yet while in high school, but then they suddenly realize, "Oh, I actually want to become this. I actually want to be a pilot, or I actually want to be," and as you said, just know your strength. What's
Yes, and something else that I noticed, because sometimes when I'm, maybe listening or coaching maybe a teenager, or a young adult, sometimes they have a lot of fears, fears
Mhm,
of making a mistake. Guess what? We're human. We all gonna go through different journeys. We're gonna learn from those mistakes, but don't try to be perfectionists,
mhm,
because that's where sometimes we are lacking that confidence. And
mhm,
I have seen that happen with a lot of young people. There
mhm.
is no perfection in life. This is a journey. We are learning, right? But try to be very honest with what you really like and enjoy it. And again, visualization is power.
Yeah, and I can relate as a parent because I have two adult kids. So in the beginning, one of them didn't really know what he wanted to do, but he loves music. So he thought that he would go into a music degree. But along the way, I mean, he realized, oh, he wanted to do business. So don't worry, our seniors out there, don't beat yourself up just because you don't know what you want to become when you're in senior. And I know there's that pressure because your peers and your friends already know what they want, but it's okay. It's okay because you will learn along the way what you really want. It will come to you as long
Yeah.
as you listen to yourself, you listen to your skills. So don't worry about that, okay? Just enjoy college, enjoy your senior year because you know what? High school life is the best. Right? Do you agree with that,
Well,
Atala?
to me, honestly, college was amazing. I will not lie
Okay.
to you. Yeah, I believe in that. You must enjoy every stage in your life, because again,
Mhm,
that's our present. It's never gonna come back again. So if you're in high school, if you're in college, if you are, like working already and you want to change jobs, be bold. Go
mhm,
forward for what you really, really want, because
mhm.
it's so much opportunities right there. But we
Yes.
must be able to be ready to say yes to life.
Yeah, and there's another question from Chel De Seco. She said, "Do we change career because of economic reason, or we change career because it is our dream job?"
That's a great question. I think some people will change career for economical reasons, and it's perfectly fine. But sometimes when you are chasing the money, money is energy. So we must create harmony also, because
Mm-hmm.
many times we don't see that, and we're blocking energy and we're blocking opportunities. But when
Mm-hmm.
you are doing something, and you always hear that when you are doing something that you truly love, that will bring you business, that will
Mm-hmm.
bring you money, because you are coming from an authenticity. There is
Mm-hmm.
harmony, there is purpose, there is love, there is passion, and all these things you cannot ignore them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree with that. At the same time, you'll never go wrong whichever you're doing the career change for. If it's for economic reasons, there's nothing wrong with that. And if it's to follow your dream, there's nothing wrong with that. And you know what, even if you change your career because of economic reasons, that may pave the way for you to be able to change your career in the long run, because you now want to follow your dream. So one could be a preparation for actually fulfilling your dream. So you can do same thing. I mean, I'm talking out of experience, because I changed career because of economic reason in the first place, because I wanted to help my family. And that's the best thing, because you are trying to do your purpose. You had to change your career because you love your family. But now, even with that, because I changed my career, now I'm fulfilling my dream. So you can do both.
But that's important because
Yes.
you say the purpose, you have to always a good reason, a good why. Your good why was helping your family. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good purpose behind.
Mm-hmm.
So many people I have listened to CFOs, see, they are not happy with their careers, but they are there for the money. So that's very different. No balance with family, super good at work, but in reality, there are no fulfillment. So
Mm-hmm.
that's not really a healthy life either when you are
Mm-hmm.
complaining on daily basis. So it just really depends of the situation, I believe, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as I said, it may not have been your first dream or your dream job when you were a child, but if it's something that you actually your personality fits into, then you're going to learn to love that career. So even if you had to sacrifice yourself in the beginning, you'll realize that, yeah, there's always a reason for everything. I
Yes.
believe in that too. There's always a reason for everything. So if you follow that and you come to know what reason you were put in that place, then you will grow to love it. And that's just how careers are. There are people out there, they're good at every little thing that you can name off, they're good at them, and but still they have to pick one thing that they can focus on, one thing that they will actually thrive and grow and be successful. So just listen to that. I mean, it's easier said than done sometimes, because we go through stages in life where we are confused, we're trying to find ourselves, we're trying to find our identity, we're trying to figure out what we want to do in the future, in our life. We all go through that. But that's part of life. It's always going to be there, even when you already have found your perfect or your right path or career. There's always going to be challenges in everything that we're doing. But at the end of the day, is like, what have we become, or what way have we learned? Have we
I love
learned
what
from
you
that?
said. I really love what you said. What of we have become. At the end of
Mhm,
the day, that's that journey. That's
mhm,
that personal growth, spiritual growth. You name it. In what has been adding into your life the elements that you're gonna be using for your next purpose in life. But I believe also, MJ, that everything, as you mentioned, serves us. I
mhm,
could never do what I'm doing without the experiences that I have in the past. And
mhm,
sometimes maybe it didn't make sense, but I enjoyed it. I embraced the opportunity. I say yes to that opportunity. And now I say, oh, I can connect the dots. This
mhm,
allowed me to learn that. That connect me with that people. That started me to really actually have more awareness about my purpose in life. So everything has a purpose. And we must appreciate the opportunity that we have, but always go and look forward to what you really, really want in life. In
mhm.
any area, career, life, personal, you name it, be authentic, be honest, and be real with yourself.
Yes.
Because that's important too.
Yes. And we actually have one more break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap up. And so let's see you in a short while. Yes. Oh my God. It just went by so
Always
fast.
fly. We're
Yeah.
having fun. We're enjoying. These moments to me are really,
Yes.
really priceless. It's meaningful. We share life experiences,
Mhm.
our desires to help people. So to me, it's just fascinating. And thank you, MJ, because I really have been enjoying these conversations, these deep conversations with you, with the audience as well.
Me too. And that's what we're talking about. If you pick the right career and you follow your passion, then this is how it is. It's always fun. You don't feel like it's a job when you love what you do. I think I cannot stress that enough. But I think we have a teaser too for our next episode. Should we show them?
Of course, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Eileen, do we have it? So they know what. It's gonna be another interesting topic.
Very,
I
you
know.
don't have an idea how many people have been listening lately between
Uh-huh.
80 or 70 something, and it's such an interesting age as well.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful age. More dreams also that people want to accomplish as well.
Yeah, and actually we have a Facebook user that actually posted the answers to the questions that we had, and whoever it is, he got them right.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's right. That's totally
Yeah,
understand.
Atala. Yeah, I always wanted to be a broadcaster or speaker. I mean, that's true. And Atala's first career is in hotel and restaurant management.
Well
So
done.
good. Yeah, I know. So we just have one. Wow, you're gonna get two gifts. Remember that? Yes. So that's perfect. Oh my goodness, that's really good. But as I said, we have another interesting topic next time. So it's a beautiful segue because last time we talked about challenges during our teenage years and things like that, and now we're talking about challenges in finding the right career. And of course, we're going to be working all our lives and then we're going to be getting ready for retirement. But there's always going to be challenges. As we have said, there's always challenges in every stage of our lives. So we're going to be having that conversation about retirement next week. Right, Atala?
That's right. And it's the most important thing is like challenges are there also for a reason. I have found out that without challenges, we don't have those stretch moments that we
Mm-hmm,
all needed, to
mm-hmm,
break our own limits, to go forward to something else, to ask more in life, because sometimes we don't even ask. We don't
mm-hmm,
think that we deserve more. And I truly believe that we deserve better lives, more health. I mean, actually also abundance. We have abundance in ourselves, and sometimes even we don't see that. We don't feel like abundant people.
mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be beautiful. I think that this is gonna be a great way to really connect with people who is in that transition, who is gonna be also able to share maybe his experience or her experiences with you guys.
Yes, yes. And of course, we don't want to get there yet because, when we're talking about retirement, that means that we're getting a little bit older, right? We're not there yet, but we're almost there. No, just kidding. But yeah, it's going to be great to learn from people who are actually there already. That's the beauty of sharing our
Mhm.
stories, and because we're learning from each other. And yes, challenges are always going to be there, but always remember those challenges actually make us better people. Because of those experiences, we become stronger, we become bolder, we become more prepared with anything that come into our lives. And
Yeah.
even from our parents' experiences and all that, we should be grateful for those experiences, because whatever mistakes that our parents may have done, it has prepared us to become better parents, right? So we should always embrace all those challenges, because that's how we're going to grow and that's how we're going to make better decisions in life. right,
Yeah,
Atala?
totally agree with you. You know, it's nothing more beautiful than being grateful. Now that
Mhm.
you mentioned, for the challenges, for those obstacles, for the new opportunities, you can be grateful in advance. This is another beautiful topic, but it's true. That's give you different perception in life, and actually give you that kind of energy that we all need to keep going in life. Face those challenges with faith, with energy, with courage, with boldness, because at the end of the day, this is your life.
Mhm.
Live it to the fullest.
Yes, yes, that's correct. So, again, we would like to wrap up or summarize what we have talked about tonight. Best thing when you're trying to figure out what you really want in your life or what career you're going to dive into, listen to yourself, listen to your heart, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know your path, and be open to make mistakes. It's okay because we are learning by making mistakes. This is not a perfect world. We're not we're not going to have the perfect career that we want, because even when you have found the career that you want, there's always going to be challenges, and just be ready and follow your dream, whatever it takes, right? Right,
Yeah.
Atal?
Yes, and I just will add also, like, never is late. Never is late to change careers,
Mm-hmm.
right? And also keep feeding your vision. And I'll always say that because it's powerful. Connect with those good emotions. See how you feel if you are moving to another country, or maybe to just another company, or maybe you want to go ahead with your business.
Mm-hmm.
Feel those good emotions, visualize, connect with your intuition, pray about it, of course, too.
Mm-hmm.
But never stop believing that you have a purpose and has not been gone. It's because you must fit that purpose and you must take action, because there is a reason why it's still there in your heart, in your mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and be bold to take it because it's for you. That's what you want to do. Go for it. Chase it. Go after it. Never give up. Never give up, because life is all about living what you want, living the life that you have been created for. And it's gonna be fun, right? And it's like what we're doing now, Atal and I. We have different jobs. We're not into this, but God is giving us this opportunity to be of service to you all. That whatever, experiences we have that we can share and can help you make a decision in your life. We are happy doing this and hope that you also value what we are doing. We're here to help you, we're here to serve you. And we just are grateful for being given this opportunity here at Be Bold.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Yes. So is it
And
that time? Are we gonna?
yes, some has been flying. I
Yeah.
think that, again, when you have fun, you don't kill the time.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes. Time is not even enough. Time is not enough. But again, please, please, wherever you are, if you miss our live show tonight, just listen to our podcasts and join us again every Monday, 7
7
p.m.
p.m.
Yeah,
City
Central
time.
Standard Time. Yes. And here at Be Bold,
Why not?
see you next time.
Have a wonderful week.
Thank you. God bless y'all.